Final Destination 6, baby. Yeah. So we're going to get this movie coming out next year. I cannot wait. I absolutely love Final Destination movie. The first one is so iconic. The sequel is so solid. One of the best sequels for horror movies. And I still today, when I drive on the highway and I see a truck like that, I'm like, see you later. I go around. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is the opening scene, the accident scene. And it's not much of a spoiler because all this stuff is always in the trailer. Okay, so what I'm going to talk about is not a spoiler. You're going to find out when the trailer pops out, okay? So let's take back and look at the first 5 movies, the accidents, opening scenes. So the first movie was the iconic airplane scene. The second one was the highway car crash that I just talked about. Third one is one of my favorites, that roller coaster scene. And the fourth one, I was kind of surprised they did this because it's something which it's not high on my list, but it's a race track, you know, like a NASCAR, but not so high, but a track scene like that. The fifth one I really liked was a bridge, you know, and then the sixth one, the rumor is, and it actually turned out to be true, is the rumor was it's going to be a building, you're falling down. And so now it's confirmed that it's a restaurant. So it's like high-rise restaurant. Think of like the Space Needle in Seattle. You know, there's a little restaurant up there. Imagine being up there and that falling down. So this movie is going to deal a lot with the fear of heights in the first scene, and I am absolutely terrified of heights. I am just the biggest bitch when it comes to that stuff. Hate it. And I've been up the Space Needle, and it terrified me being up there, but well worth it. Anyway, there are a couple kills that are rumored to be in this, and something had to do with a lawnmower and an MRI machine. So let your imagination think about that. Tony Todd, his character has been in most of the Final Destination movies, and we're gonna get a backstory from his. I don't know if something's happened in that first scene, because what this movie is gonna happen is the opening scene is gonna be like in the 60s, I think, or 70s, but it's back in the day, and then the survivor is gonna be present time, and these are gonna be his grandkids and all that stuff. So it's that. Tony Todd, his character in the movie, we're going to get a lot of backstory of his origin and something to do with his mother too, I guess. So that might be in the first movie, but and if you really like the third movie, the roller coaster, I guess there's a callback or a throwback to that movie that you're going to see and you're going to be like, oh, okay, I love that. If you're a big fan of the third movie, but this is a sequel from the first 5 movies. So 1 through 5, and then this will be 6. So that, and like I said, the first scene might be like a early time set, but it's going to come back to the present time eventually at some point. The last thing I want to talk about is there's a character that does something in this movie that has never been done before, and I cannot think about what the fuck that could be. So think about a character has, I don't know, it has to be something after they realize what death is and something to do with the timeline of death. So I'm really curious what the character does that has never been happened before. But that is the Final Destination 6 update. I would not be surprised if we see a trailer for this. It's still going to be, I would say, around Halloween. Halloween would be a good time because this is a 2025 release date. They're in no hurry. But yeah, that is the update for Final